Hi guys, Gaming Bay here. Right, today I'm doing a review for Elliot Grossman. He asked for a review of the Centurion 7.1, and I realised I hadn't actually done one. So, looking at the British line, so these are all of my British tanks at the moment. So what we're looking at is this selection. So let's have a look at the mediums, medium tanks, and of 8, 9, 10. So this is what you've got on the British line. So you're looking at the Centurion, the FV4202, which used to be the Tier 10, the 7.1, and the Action X. So we'll have a look at the way they progress from the Centurion up to the Centurion Marks, the 7.1, and then onto the AX, and do sort of a Centurion move through things. We can actually have a look at the same time, looking at the progression from the Cromwell, because the Cromwell, let's lead on from the standard Cromwell. So Cromwell wise, we are looking, so this is the medium progression, so really from tier 6 with the Cromwell as you work up. Then you get into the Comet. We'll do a comparison then into the Centurion, from the Centurion to the 7.1, and then up to the AX. So where are we on the British line? So really we're following the mediums up here. So as you will start to see the speed of things. So we're looking at the beginning, sort of like the medium goes into the Cruiser 3. The Cruiser 3, you're looking, let's have a look, top speed of 42. Yeah, 48. 48. And then the Cruiser 4 has 48. The Covenanter is up to 50. The Crusader is up to 44. The Cromwell, conversely, 64. The Comet back down to 51. Then to 40, and the Centurion AX, you're looking 53. So a huge increase as you move from tier 9 to tier 10. So we will have a look at the progression, because once you're on this route, so to show you the experience that you're going to need, how it's going to progress. So really looking at a line of things, the line of tanks. To get up here, you will go through the Cromwell, which is a brilliant tier 6, and working your way up through these other tanks to get you to the AX. Otherwise, there's no point in going through the line. So looking at the Centurion one as a tier 8, looking at what you've got at the different levels that you're up against, and see how you fare at those tiers for the tournament level, for achieving things, and then pushing on for a good level tier 10 tank. So you will need to have a tier 6, tier 8, tier 9 and tier 10 tanks by the end of things to be able to run things properly. So you need a good tier 6 crew, which means that when you move up to the Comet, you'll be starting afresh with a fresh crew. Now, if you're not keeping it, that crew will move up to the Centurion, but the Centurion tier 8 is a really good level. You need to have a tournament level tier 8 crew, so you'll want to keep your crew in the Centurion. So at that point, there you go, you're starting again with a Centurion 7.1 at tier 9 with absolutely no experience. And tier 9 is a nice sweet spot for certain tanks. Now, is this the sweet spot for the British line? We will have a look at that. And then, so you will possibly, and I would say probably, be keeping your Centurion 7.1 crew in the 7.1. And then suddenly, here you are at tier 10, with a crew with no experience, and you're up against people who've got 4, 5, a minimum of 3 skills on their crew at tier 10, and you're coming in with 0. So if you're doing it that way, you're coming in and giving your team a 5% disadvantage, because you are so unskilled. Not only are you just starting, but you're coming in with less abilities, less skills, that you're detracting from the overall chance of your team winning, and it's a snowball effect. So you stop being as effective as the opposing member. The person on the opposing team comes in, they've got 3 or 4 stats. They've got the additional view range, they've got the additional reaction time, the maneuverability, the accuracy, all of those things that you haven't got. It's not that you're a bad player, it's that, 1, they've had more experience in the tank, and 2, they've got an overwhelmingly significant chance that between 3 and 5% may not seem like a lot, but that additional 3% can swing the game in your favour. And once it started swinging, once they've killed you, because you, even if you're up against the same tank, they've got the better crew, they've got the better accuracy, they've got a better view range, so they will probably get the first shot off. And not only that, you then have to target them, so they're loading up their second shot by the time you've actually got to your first shot. And not only that, they've got a higher DPM because they've got a better crew, so they can load faster, aim faster, and shoot better. So not only at the time you're getting your first shot off, their second shot is hitting you, they're more accurate, they reload faster, and basically you're taken out, your team is one tank down, and you're wondering what just happened. And this is why at this stage you need to think of how you can get, because yes, you want to keep your crew in the Cromwell, you want to keep the tier 8 in the Centurion, the tier 9 in the 7-1. How do you get a good crew in the tier 10? And this is what you will find is the way of doing things. So when you then look in your garage, you've got the 4 tanks that you will need, the Cromwell Centurion 7-1, and the AX. If this is the right line for you, then you will need to have all of these tanks with a good crew to be effective at these levels. And this is what we'll look at and try and address to see about helping you to do the same. But it's the same with not just the British line, with whatever line you decide to go up. You will need to have crews at high levels for all of these levels. The 6, 8, 9 and 10 are the most prevalent ones. Sometimes you get 4, sometimes 3, depending on the tournaments, but always 6, 8, 9 and 10, or at least 6, 8 and 10. Tier 9 is a sweet spot of its own, and you probably should have one, but as a minimum, I suppose, really, yeah, 6, 8 and 10 are the ones you have to have for the tournament play. So let's look at that situation with the 6, 8 and 10, even though I was asked for a tier 9 review. So we'll build in the tier 9 as well, which would be good as your 4th one, but if you're focusing on 3, you will have to go for the 6, 8 and 10. So let's move on with the review. Right, let's carry on. What we're going to do is work our way up from the Cromwell, Comet, Centurion, right the way up to the AX. Now, you'll see the Sherman Firefly, but the Sherman Firefly is on the other part of the tech tree. Yes, it's a medium British, like the Grant and the Sherman Firefly coming up this way to the Firefly. They are mediums, but they don't lead up to the Centurion. This is for another review, which is going up to this branch of tank destroyers. So for now, we're going to follow up the line from the cruisers, and we'll really start things off on from the Covenanter, Crusader, Cromwell, Comet, Centurion, the faster moving medium tanks. This one coming in from the lights. So we're looking at the mediums coming in above this. So we can look at these quickly as being fast light tanks, but you get the crossover when it gets to the Cromwell. That's why we're looking at the Cromwell side of things. So let's have a look. So first of all, we've got the Cromwell. We've done many different visions of this, and you've got the standard Cromwell and the Crom B. So let's get into a game and can check out what this is actually like. So you've got the manoeuvrability, a very punchy gun, basically no armour. Speed and manoeuvrability are your armour. So this is what you need to use. Very good at working ridge lines, good with, like I said, ridge lines, using the angles to get down. Now let's have a look where we are. So, yep, we're top level. So we're going to push over towards the tracks and come and help the team, see what we can do. Use our fantastic view range to aid the team, bring the gun to bear, aim, poke, aim, which is what we're good at. You haven't got the... let's have a look which side. Okay, with this side. A friend of mine, Ioether, is playing on a game. It's just told me, so that's quite that's nice. He's a really good bloke, an American YouTuber. So let's have a look. So we're going to head over. There are lots and lots of mediums, 3 heavies on the other team. So you look at this speed rate coming up to 50 kph already. Let's add a little bit of lag then. So we're going to move in, get in low.
Your assistance has been requested.
Felicitous attack. 47%. I keep being invited into a platoon by people who've got win rates below 50%. It's... oh well. No, it's not. It's actually really nice that they're coming for help.
Target acquired. Enemy is hit. They're not hit.
Yeah, we're taking a bit of damage, but we've taken him out. So we'll aid the other guy, Cromwell there. Move the mic down, it's in the way, showing me what's happening. So we're down a couple of hits. Actually got hit by from our own team. Don't get too hasty.
We didn't even scratch them.
Let's get ready. He's working down and attacking that way. Let's get ready for him. Out of my way, dude. Out of my way. He didn't realise he was blocking me. 4-0 up, we can do this, so yeah. Use the manoeuvrability.
Penetration. We didn't penetrate their armor.
Yeah, alright, very tough. We're moving this up to get... I know it's premium. Otherwise, we're not going to get... I know we should be using the manoeuvrability. Oh, what? 400 points. HE shot in the head. Yeah, like I said, no armour. But we helped take him out. But, ow, that's going to leave a mark. So 7-2. Let's have a look at the post-game stats. So the manoeuvrability, working the ridge lines, but no armour. So it's better if you can keep moving. I'm just trying to show what you can do very, very quickly with this. So 9-4. The game is ours. Any other Cromwells? One other Cromwell. See how he's going. So yeah, it's looking good. See, he's been hit by something. My BDR. So yeah, big shots. Let's have a look at the post-game stats, and then we'll work our way up. Have a look at the next one. Right, post-game stats. Okay, 1800 experience, 18,000 credits, 479 damage. Not so good. 150 spotting, 1 kill. Let's see how we did. Mid-table. Could have been a lot better, just getting into it, just having fun, you know. 7 shots, 5 hit, 3 pens. Had a bit of trouble with the penetration with the OI. It was just so tough. So it was a bit late going into to premium. And let's have a look. So 71 and almost 71.5% hit rate. So quite good hit rate. So that is the Cromwell, which leads up to the Comet. So let's have a look and compare these two tanks. So difference on the DPM, as you move up, you gain about 80 damage, 80 DPM difference, which is made up of additional 5 damage per shot. So that goes up that way. Additional 3 penetration, a reload time identical, rate of fire the same, dispersion is better by 0.02. On the move, basically, the Comet is a lot more accurate, which is nice. The shell velocity is the same. Yeah, expect that. Ammo capacity is actually down, so okay. Cost is 50 more, so it's a lot less competitive on money making. Top speed is down by 13. Reversing speed is down by 2. Power to weight ratio is down to 20.5, which is still no slouch in comparison to the fantastic 23.4 with the Cromwell. Let's have terrain resistance is... It's still good, but it's not as good as the Cromwell. Gun elevation is 5 degrees better. Gun depression is 4 degrees better. So the Comet is much better at those sorts of positional things, working ridges. Whereas you saw in that last game, the Cromwell couldn't quite bring the gun to bear and had to put itself into a position where it could get shot. The Comet wouldn't have to do that. Plus, it's got more armour, which we'll look at in a minute. Let's have a look. Yeah, armour-wise, an additional... Okay, 13 on the front. The rest is the same. The turret... It's got an additional roughly 35 additional on the front, and the health goes up by 400, which is nice. Track health goes up, ammo rack goes up, everything goes up. View range is 20 better, which is nice. Radio range increases significantly. Chance of fire is identical. So let's have a look. So looking at the tank itself, so this is the view of the vehicle. So looking over, working over a ridge, this is what you would see. So from there, you're looking from about 101 mil, going up to about 180, 102. So the minimum you get is about 101 mil. This side of things, very, very nice. 160, yep. And the front slope, angling like this, you're from about 80. The tracks are pretty good. They'll eat shots or ricochet them. So you poke over quickly, use this sort of an angle, and fire, and then get out of there. So without further ado, let's get back to this time the Comet tier 7. That's on there to be able to save that there. So what we want is, let's go for a fire extinguisher, change that for first aid kit. And we're ready to rock and roll. So we're going to try and work the ridges, and we'll get straight into a battle. So tier 7, working the ridges, quite a punchy gun. That little bit of extra DPM, hardly anything in it. The additional 400 hit points, better view range, better radio range. So this time instead of being top tier, we're more of a scout role, medium, okay vision in comparison to the rest. Well, tier 7 and tier 9 game, we'll make the most of it. We'll try and move to the centre. Well, actually, we'll try and work the ridge and move up, depending on the side. We'll move up into the corner around about A0, where he's flicking the box. So we'll head straight up there, work the ridges. Now we're looking at hitting E50s and things like that. So standard pen, we are looking at 140, 208. Sadly, I'm expecting an E50 to be there. We've got no chance of penetrating. It's not like, oh no, it's spamming premium. Good players know when they need to do it. And I'm ready. I'll be ready for the first shot. Let's let him go past. I just had a bit of a lag issue. Yeah, getting a bit of lag at the moment. So I'm not quite sure. Well, it's just not good. So we're going to aid the T-54. Help him out. Use the view range. And see what we can do. So, going to aim towards look towards the centre, make sure we're going the right way. Well, you know, trying to stay hidden. Aid the T-54. Okay. I'll go to the right of him because he's got armour and we don't have any. Try and use this ridge. He will spot what's there. A bulldog. Oops. So swapping to standard. We don't need the pen. If there'd been an M50, then he's in the way. Let's get ready for trouble. And watch FV207 could shoot us. I'm going to try and get a shot off. Aid him here. I'm not going to push. I'm ready for a shot. I've got standard loaded. There's something coming. There's the E50 I was expecting. Yeah, like I said, I was expecting him to be there. Oh, Labradoodle. Great. Cheers, God. He's right in my way. You're in my way. If I move forward, you've got me shot. Thank you. He's just... What's the point? I can't protect him. I can't save him. He's getting himself killed. And mind you, I'm no use. In case they come around and try and flank him, I'm here to protect him. Nothing else I can do. He's in the only position. He's just looking after himself. And I can't aid him without dying. So I'm just going to be here to support him. If they push, then he's got the plumb position. Nothing I can do. But I've got his back. Who's up behind me? FV. He's going to put himself in a bit of a position. I'm going to move this way to allow... Oops, sorry, dude. What the hell? Out of my... He's ramming me forward. Stop it. Stop ramming me forward, you freaking retard. I'm going to go in with the T-49, aid that way. Sorry, I apologise for being a bit miffed as he was trying to ram me forwards. I get a little bit touchy when people do that. E50's backing off. He realises there's a bit of trouble this way.
That one bounced. Penetration. Got him.
Up in the centre, T-34-100. Let's go to standard. Come in behind him. Work the ridge.
Ready to fire. Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Use the bushes. JT-88, he's solid. IS-3's pushing him the other way. T-30's there. Can we get any shots? If he pushes around this way, we can get shots in. Let's go and aid. IS-3's about to kill our Tiger 2. Oh, he's gone. Cool. MX-5120. I'm going back to protect the arty. He's fast moving. He could be around about K4, K5 by now. See what I can do from these bushes. There he is. Spot him for the arty. So the mobility's not as good as with the Cromwell, but it's still very, very good. Very, very good indeed.
Target acquired. Penetration. Order immobilized.
Couldn't do enough. good fun. So you can see that this has got a lot of potential. It's good at working ridges, a good manoeuvrability, a nice balance, a very, very nice tank. So this is the tier 7. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at those post-game stats. Okay, so 15,000 credits, 2,500 experience, 500 damage, still about the same sort of damage, but 2 kills. And still not doing the best experience-wise. So 8 shots, 7 hits. Percentage-wise, what does it say? 87% hit rate, so still very useful. Used a bit of premium because we were having problems penetrating things, and very, very nice. So this leads up, it's starting to slow things down, the top speed is going down, and we are then looking to move up tier 8 to see how this compares with the Centurion. So let's have a look at the Centurion. Right, let's look at the transition from tier 7 to tier 8. So comet wise, you're looking, this gun, you've got the 77, the Mark II gun, which we've seen in action, which is quite good. Moving up to the Centurion, you've got the option of the standard Mark I turret with 127mm of armour on the front. The Mark II's got 165 and is much more ergonomic with 112mm on the sides. Very nice looking turret. The gun moves up from that 77mm which we had on the Comet through the 17-pounder, which is on the Black Prince and the Firefly. Yeah, Black Prince and the Firefly. And then up to the 20-pounder Type A barrel, which is very, very nice. Let's have a straight comparison and have a look at the details as you actually shift up to the Centurion, where you have a huge drop in DPM, 425 points with DPM. You're thinking, what? Why is this worth it? Well, okay, you're looking at gaining 90 alpha increase. Penetration is a huge increase up to by 78 mil. So very, very nice. The reload time more than doubles. The rate of fire is half the rate of fire. Aim time is the same. Dispersion is better, so it's more accurate, more punchy, which basically allows you. We saw with the Comet, and going through you were hitting targets, but they were bouncing. With this, they're not going to bounce. This is what you're getting. It was probably realised with the Comet. The gun's penetrative ability isn't good enough. You'll be wasting shots, so you may as well have accurate shots that are going to hit the target and penetrate and do better alpha. But it means you can actually poke, fire, get bigger and better alpha shots straight in at the target without having to aim so much. So dispersion is better, moving is better, everything apart from turret traversing, which is still very good, is even better on the Centurion. So it's a much more accurate tank. So let's have a look. 83mm instead of 76. Shell velocity horrendously much better, just over a kilometre a second for the shot. Hardly any lead time. It's very, very effective. Let's have a look. Ammo capacity 65, so better ammo capacity. So you've got more shots, better alpha. So I would say that even though you haven't got the same DPM, you can survive. If you can survive longer, you can actually do more damage in the long run. Top speed has decreased. Now this is because you've got additional armor. We'll have a look at the power to weight and the rest of it. Reverse speed is back up to the same as the Cromwell at tier 6. So you lose the forward speed, you still get 40, which is very nice. The power 750, so it's up by 100 horsepower, but the power to weight drops to just under 17. So okay, terrain resistance is the same, so you don't gain or lose anything. The traction in different places is very good. The gun elevation is 18 degrees instead of 20. Gun depression is 10, which is still good, but not as good as the Comet. So you lose that little bit. So it's let's compare it to the Cromwell. So in comparison to the Cromwell, it's the same as the Cromwell. So back up to the Comet. So then looking at the armor, well, the hull armor is basically the same, apart from the side is 9mm better and the rear is 7mm better. The turret is where things have really changed. The front has gone up by 64. The sides have gone up by about 40. And the health has gone up by 300. Engine health, everything is better designed and much stronger. Ammo rack, 10% better. View range has gone up by an additional 20, which is very useful at this tier. Radio range up by 70. Chance of fire the same. So let's have a look at the 3D model. This is where it really comes into its own. So firing over the side, you want to fire over the tracks. This is what you'll be trying to do, looking over. This is it. Someone's aiming up at you. You're going to absorb shots. Firing itself, you know how punchy the gun is. We just saw the difference. From here, it would basically, the side tracks would eat anything. Someone firing at you, you're looking 175mm. There's a small area here, which is a very small target, effectively 100mm. Around it, you're looking around about 200-300mm. This is 180mm approximately, but because of the angling, 73 degrees is an auto bounce. Up above 300, so basically, whatever can hit you isn't going to pen you. So from here, aiming over a ridge, you poke, snipe, you're away. Make sure you fire over this side of the tracks. If you're firing over this way, you're more likely to be hit, and this front plate goes down to about 150 degrees. If you angle like this, and they can hit the front plate, you're looking equivalent of about just under 190mm from this angle. So if you have angled it wrong and they get a shot at the top here, you're still looking at as an auto bounce with 66 degrees, and basically you are protected from your own gun. You've got to keep the angling and make sure you fire over the tracks on both sides to maximise what you're doing. Yes, you've got a slow rate of fire, good alpha, but this is a nice combination of damage that you can take and dish out with okay mobility around the battlefield. So let's get back to the vehicle. So that's what you've got with this. It's a nice all-round package. View range with mods. So we've gone for improved vents plus optics and a gun rammer. The crew is standard. So, but even with that, it gives 474-meter effective view range, which is really good. As a spotter and a scout, this is really, really good. You saw how good the armor was firing over this section. So, without further ado, let's get into a battle. Okay, let's see what we can do. So, here we go. Okay, top of the table. So we want to push down away from the town, see what we can do. Stay away from the T-34, Rheinmetall IS, T-29. Yeah, KV-2. We don't want to get close to those. They will wreck us. So the last thing we want to do is head towards the town. So we can push over, head towards A2. See what we can do.
Let's get this show on the road.
A couple of RTU are going to be aiming in. So as you see, we're moving quite quick. The aiming reticule is relatively small. No one else is really coming this way. We've got FCM who's heading into the middle of the map. A few mediums who are heading into the middle of the map. Got a Hellcat who's rushing forwards. Chaffee in front of us who will give us some good spots, I hope. Up to 40 kph, which is nice. So getting quick, try and get into these bushes. Cromwell B incoming. 48. Does he know what he's doing? 58, 48%. No, he's just hiding behind a building.
Target acquired. Penetration. Target released.
We're in trouble. These guys are just dying like nobody's business.
Target acquired. Enemy armor is destroyed.
Look after them one at a time. See what you can do. You got a nice bit of manoeuvrability. Don't let their arty zoom in on us. Get spots for the team. Deny them this area. Don't put yourself in a position. Don't poke at the same place. Don't do the same thing.
Target acquired. Track hit. Target unlocked.
Don't get hit.
Penetration.
Nice. So we're getting them pinned down.
Enemy is hit.
We can trade shots like that all day. Skoda coming in to help.
Penetration. Ricochet. Got him.
Yep, nice and punchy, very accurate. They're pushing on base. I'm going back. Get back in time, defend. I don't know how much life he's on yet, we will find out. This is why, I don't know why our heavies are just so, well, so retarded. Well, minute 30, we can do this. As long as Skoda moves in, caps. "27 seconds. "18.
Enemy armor is damaged. Penetration. That one didn't go through.
So Skoda's got the cap point,
Enemy is hit.
or not. Whoa. Goodness me. That was a bit close. A Rheinmetall up ahead. Switch to HE. They've got a couple of arty. So we've defended that. I'm going back on the attack again. So, oh my god, that was just something else. An IS, Rheinmetall, we need to know where they are. So the IS was in base. Let's get some shots, well, get some information. We've got 7 minutes remaining. So I'm pushing hard. Something big firing, I don't know what, probably could be the Rheinmetall. Let's go for standard. I want to be able to penetrate anything. So the IS, if possible, he's going in low. Rheinmetall's heading for town. We're going this way, which is nice. So I'm going to push in over the hill, down the one line, see what we can do. Get onto the road. 6 minutes. We've got enough time. There's no rush. I'm not going to knock anything down on the way through. There he is. Don't want to let them know I'm coming, so I'm not going to knock anything down. Oops. Hopefully that's not noticed. Get up here to give a shot down on him. He's gone. What else can we spot? Can't see him. Let's go for their arty first. Change to okay. Change to HE. Ready. He's probably just over this rise, so I'm thinking.
Permission to engage. Penetration.
Oh, what?
Target lost.
Good game. That from the that was just something else completely. So let's have a look at the post-game stats. 2,500 damage. Just never give up. Never surrender. Let's have a look. Defender. Nice. 4,000 experience. 44,000 credits. Defender. Yeah. 5 for effect. 12 shots in. Not bad. Let's have a look. Team score. We were top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 guys. Well, 5 guys on both teams did nothing. 893 base experience. 18 shots, 14 hit, 12 penned. Came away with almost 23,000. Base experience almost 900. 1,300 with their premium. Times 3 for 4,020 experience. Not a bad game. So this is what you can do in the Centurion Mark 1. It's a really nice little tank. So let's move on. Right, let's have a look. So comparing the 7.1 to the Mark 1, the turret is basically looking the same. We'll have a look at the armour profile in a minute. The gun itself, going up from the 20 pounder Type B, is available on the Carnarvon. And have a look at anything else. Yeah, the Carnarvon Conqueror. So it's not available on the 7 on the Centurion 1. The Type A barrel is available, but we've only got standard 226mm of pen or 258 with premium. So what we're looking at is going up to the L7 105mm gun to go up to 268mm. So it's an additional. So go premium wise, as the standard on this is APCR. The APCR gets a buff of 10mm of penetration, which is nice. But you get 2 different types of HESH. So, okay, so what is HESH? Well, this is one of the only tanks that you can actually get HESH, which is high explosive squash head ammunition, which does a really awesome amount of HE damage. But the special HESH has got 210mm of penetration, which is very, very nice. But if it hits a slope or rounded area or tracks, it will go off on the outside, so you will do damage with that. So that you've got then the expense of either the normal HESH, which costs just under 1,000, or the expensive HESH, which costs 5,200. So you need to have the right amount of ammunition to allow you to do the right job. So for light skin targets, you can use the standard HESH. Let's close this down. So the standard HESH, 105mm of penetration. Now with the expensive HESH, 210mm of penetration, which can take you through different areas of hard tanks that you want to, just take to pieces. Or else you've got the APCR to give you that 268mm of penetration. So let's have a look at some stats and the breakdowns of the difference between the Centurion Mark 1 and then what you're likely to face at tier 8, 9 and 10. So DPM wise, you've got an additional 225 damage that you can do. The alpha is very, very nice. So it's gone up to 390 with the 10.5. Penetration has gone up by 42, which is not to be sniffed at. And the rate of fire has gone to 5 from 7.5. So it's not so bad. Aim time is identical. The dispersion has got even better. The gun is even more accurate. On the move, traversing, it's better. And traversing the turret and moving, it's a little bit worse. After firing, it's worse. Let's have a look. So, the shell velocity is almost 1.5 kilometers a second, which is horrendously fast. One of the fastest firing guns, it's really, really good. Ammo capacity is 72 instead of 65. So if you can survive longer, you can do a huge amount of damage in a game. Top speed is identical. Reversing this is identical. Power goes up to 950. Power to weight ratio goes up to 18.3, which is very, very good. So with that top speed, you can get up to that speed very, very quickly. Traversing is slightly lower. You've got more weight, and it's just down to 32 degrees. The terrain resistance is identical. The gun elevations and depression is the same. The gun traverse is 5 less, so it's slightly less manoeuvrable, even though it actually feels more manoeuvrable than the Centurion 7, than the Centurion 1. It's just how it feels. It feels better, even though technically it's not. There's something about it and the way it moves that it does actually feel better than the Centurion. Let's have a look at the armor-wise. The front goes up to 120. The rest of the armor roughly stays the same. The turret goes up by 5. And the sides of the turret go up quite nicely. The track armor goes up. Hit points go up by about 300 to about 270-ish. Engine, everything else gets a buff, which is very, very nice. The view range goes up to 410, which is very, very useful. So let's have a look at the armor of this. So it goes to the hybrid model. MEO of the side, and so we want to be using the ridge, firing over the ridge, and this is what you'll show to your enemy. So you're absorbing the shots right the way through. So this area, you know how good the gun is. Very, very good. Someone's firing at you. Very, very bouncy tank. There are thin areas here, 160mm, which you will be able to get through. So this is a weak spot here, 150, 160mm. So it's the side of the gun mantlet. The same on the other side. Well, the same on the other side here. And you've got this little square, which is still that weak spot. It goes up to 150 from the Centurion Mark 1, which was 100. But the rest of it is very bouncy, 400 to 500 mil equivalent. The roof of it is approximately 200 mil, but because of the sloping, it's an auto bounce from this angle. And up above, you've got a very thin area. If they manage to hit it, with being 67 mil, there's a chance of penetrating. So if someone's aiming for the vision slots, it's a thin target, but if they hit it, it can, on rare occasions, go in. The sides, you're looking 200 mil, so there's an 80% chance of it actually penetrating. So this whole side, on both angles, there's a chance at the very edge of being penetrated. So, but snapshots going in, firing as it's more accurate, getting the shot off, pulling back, and forcing them to miss. Don't poke up in the same place where they can be ready for you to poke. Always poke in a slightly different place so they're not ready for it, and they've got to move the gun, and they can be inaccurate, and they can hit where you're armoured, or where you can absorb the shot. So what we're looking at is we'll actually need to look at other tanks. So what would you like to face? So tier 8, you're going to be facing the likes of the IS-3. So let's have a look at, well, the IS-3's armour. So 3D model from where we are. 200 mil a pen, if it's looking over at you. 250, 180, 250. The turret, the sides, even you are going to find it difficult. Apart from aiming here, the command cupola, with your accuracy, you can get a shot in. 90 mil, you got chance of penetrating. The side, the very edge, not going to work. You need to aim for the body. So, can you actually penetrate it? Well, we'll have a look and check out the values of the gun in a minute. So then we're looking at very tough tanks. Tanks by list. So tier 9, we're looking at the E50. So E50, medium tank, E50, which we've been hitting a lot of recently. Let's have a look at the armour. If he's angled, this is what you're going to be facing. So you'll need, you can penetrate anyone that where there. The front plate is a no-no. It's basically going to bounce it. If you can hit the lower plate, you're not going to have a difficulty penetrating here. The sides you will be able to pen. This unangled area here, you'll need 200 mil to pen. So it's looking good. So let's check out the likes of the E100 and the IS-7, which you are going to hit. So let's get in. Tier 10, heavy tank, IS-7. So the IS-7, you are going to need an awful lot of help. So if he's aiming towards you, to hit this area, you are going to need 350 mil of pen to be able to actually get through. Okay, the turret is, you just can't penetrate it. This area here, thin target. If you're quite a tall tank, so if you can get shots in at the view slits here, you've got a chance of penetrating, with they're only 53 mil. So aim for these areas. Use your ability to tower above the E7, the IS-7, and shoot down on the weak areas. The whole top is a weak spot. Get in close and force him to make mistakes. Get in close, bully him, and fire in through these areas. And if you're at a high enough angle, well, you can fire down on these plates anyway, which you're looking. You aim for the right area. You're looking 270 but say 250 mil. If you're looking at the right sort of places, look at flat places that are towards you, tower down and aim at the slopes. So that's what you can do there. And so let's have a look at, say, the E100. So German tier 10 E100. Armor wise, you're looking 275 mil, which better go through the front. Well, we're looking 268 mil with the gun without getting to the hesh. So can you penetrate it? Well, this area up here, this thin bar, with your accuracy, you could actually penetrate it with a 210 mil hesh shot and have the shell explode inside. You've got to be very accurate with where you're aiming. These areas here, you'll have to use a lower plate shot. You will have to use your standard ammo, which will 268 mil will go through. But if he's angled, which you would expect, you won't have a chance. You've got to work your way around the side. So use your cheap hesh on the tracks, pin him in place, allow the rest of your team to get in. He's going to aim towards you. He's going to turn the gun, which is going to expose this area, and then you can either put your standard APCR through it, or your expensive hesh, which will do a huge amount of damage, or else you can just HE through there, or HE through the vision slits, HE his gun, take it out, and cause an awful lot of problems, because your hesh can dish out a lot of damage. So you've got to look for the weak spots on the tanks that you're facing, and learn how to take them out. Pin them in place, use the HE. This is one thing that people don't really think about, is that the special hesh that you've got with this vehicle. So the special hesh, they put it down as HE, but you make the most of it, because this is one of the only tanks that's got it, and use your ability. Okay, let's get in and show what this can do with the hesh and the APCR as standard. See what you can do with the accuracy, the maneuverability up to that 40 kph. So we're top. It's quite nice to be top for once. So we'll have a look and use the view range and see what we can actually do. So the premium hesh will give us a chance. We want to work the ridges. So we've got some nice ridges that we can actually work. There's an awful lot of arty on the other team, which is worrying. I would consider going up to the hill, but there's going to be an awful lot of guys up there. But let's see what we can do. If too many people go up there, then I will come back. Got T-54, which I would expect to go there, even though he hasn't got the best
Let's get this show on the road.
angles. Let's let these guys go by. There's an awful lot of people heading up, but we'll see what we can do. So I want to be able to use the fantastic view range. Who's heading over that way? WZ Skoda. So we've got a nice few spotting tanks. Nice bit of ability going that way. Cover the centre. Look out for trouble. MX-30 would have been interesting. So we will. I'm going to go for expensive hesh and see what we can do. Oh, we've got the 40T not pushing forward. Well, yeah, you know, he's got no armour. So 37 moving forward to give us spots, which will be good. We're one tank up already. They've lost. Oh, the 4190. That's such a pity. It's such a nice little light tank. See what we can do.
Enemy armor
490 points of damage.
track hit. We're immobilized.
Arty incoming. IS-6 hit us. There's shots coming in from everywhere. I'm moving forward because I'm expecting an Arty shot on the bush. Let's wait for targets. Let's wait for him to be spotted again. We can do this. We just need someone spotting.
Critical hit.
Critical hit 240. So we didn't penetrate, but we did a nice bit of damage.
Ready to fire. Where'd they go? Critical hit.
So we're doing a lot of crits. Yeah, there are Arties incoming.
Critical hit.
Time to get out of here. Too many. Let's get Artie safe behind this rock.
Critical hit. Enemy armor is destroyed.
Yeah. So we'll head back up. We've got a light tank up ahead. So we'll just move into position. T-49. We'll hash him in the face.
Enemy
500 and odd damage. Move up, we'll see what we can do. Oh, did a nice bit of damage, must have been just off. There we go. Let's get in behind a bush, see what we can do from up here. Our cheap hesh is still working really nicely, so we'll get in, do what we can do. Yeah, this is really nice. People just don't pay enough heed to just how good the hash is on this vehicle, because it's not just the damage, it's the crits, it's what you do. We'll have a look at the crits that you do on this, and it's
Gotcha.
and the death. So let's have a look. 3 kills. You know, it didn't even seem like you're doing 3 kills. Let's have a look at the post game. So, 3,300 damage, 37,000 credits, 3rd class mastery. It's the crits I want to see. Whoa, okay. Only 4 crits. JT, we took out, have a look. Fuel tank, loader, the IS-6, the tracks. Him, we took out the gun. Okay, 1700, it was alright. Spotting, 1200. So, 3,000 points was attributed to us directly, or spotting, or the crits. So, taking out the tracks, pinning them in place, doing the damage. It's not just what you can do, it's how this functions and works within the team. So, let's see how we do it. 89 shots fired, 11 hit. 11 shots fired, 9 hit, and 81% hit rate. And doing that amount of damage. So, let's see, how do we do? So, upper third of the table, 1700 damage, 3 kills. And the alpha and the HE damage, you saw the hundreds of points of damage that we were actually dealing with targets that normally other tanks would have just missed. Well, they'd have hit, it would have bounced, it would have been, no one would have thought anything of it. But our shots are going in, dealing damage, dealing criticals, pinning them in place, killing crewmen. This is like a mini version of a Jaegeru. With the Hesh shots, it's not just the damage, it's the damage you're doing. It's like when piggies fire, the shots are coming in. It's not just the damage, it's the criticals they're doing in the background. This is a tank version with a better gun that can not only knock out crewmen, tracks, modules, everything, but you can deal the damage directly as well. And so it's a fantastic combination. You think you're not going to penetrate? Well, you've got the standard APCR, which will penetrate 268 mil, and along with that, you've got the special Hesh and the HE. If you don't do the huge amounts of damage, where you're looking with these, you're looking on average, 500 damage, 480 damage. So if you don't do the 480 damage, you're doing several hundred points, plus you're taking out modules, crewmen. Now that's what makes the 7-1 a beast. But people go for the 20-pounder. They say, "Oh, this just doesn't fire fast enough. It's not. The alpha's not good enough." They just look at the penetration. So you're looking 258. They say, "Well, the additional 10 points is just not good enough." Well, sorry, you're looking at what it can actually do. Yes, you don't get the greatest DPM, but you can pug over, fire, do those 400 or 500 points of damage, and pull back. You've critted, you've spotted, you've helped your team. This is a very good tank for team play, and as you saw then, it's really good in its own as well. So yeah, I would pit this against just about anything at ELSA Tier 9, because you can work with things, you can get around the battlefield, and you can help your team to win. And people underrate it, and I see this as a really strong Tier 9, but you've got to play it the right way, you've got to use the ammo right, and know what you're doing with it. But yeah, it's really, really user-friendly. So from the basic view range of 410 to give you 470, this has just got the first. Normally, by Tier 9, you'd want to have three skills. Well, you just saw 3 kills, all the rest of it from just this standard crew. Because I'm looking at my main crew here. It's on the second one, but as you see, I've got all of these, which have got their normal crews on. So this one, even the Action X is only on its second skill. This 7-1's on its first skill, but you saw how it was. So what we'll do now is compare this to the Action X. You know this is really good. We'll see how it goes from here up to Tier 10. So from the Centurion 7-1 up to the Action X. Now the turret looks more slopey. You get this nice searchlight, a few extra bits, but let's see what we really get for our money. So let's click in and have a look at the specifics. So DPM, it goes up from 950 to 2720, so very, very nice. Reload time goes from 12 down to 8.6. Rate of fire goes to just under 7 from 5. Aim time goes to 2.1 seconds from 2.3. Incredibly accurate. Dispersion stays the same. Everything else is much more accurate. The ammo capacity goes down So you lose the long-term extra additional damage that you could do. So in the long run, the Action X could do less damage. You can do what you can do much faster, but in the long run you can do less of it. Top speed, this is a huge change, goes up to 53 instead of 40. The power goes up to just 1040, which is really nice. So 19.1 horsepower ton from 18, so very, very nice. So it can get you around the battlefield really quickly, and it feels so nifty. 50 degrees of traverse, very good. Look at these terrain resistances, 0.6, 0.7 and 1.5 are absolutely fantastic on all terrains. Gun elevation goes from 18 to 20, gun depression stays at 10. Gun traverse is the same, turret traverse 48 instead of 36, very, very nice. The hull is the same, but the turret goes up to just under 200mm, with 152 on the sides and 95, so we'll have a look at the turret in a minute. The health goes up to 1950. Tracks, the engine is identical. The tracks increase a little bit, the ammo rack a little bit, the view range stays the same, and still that 20% chance of fire. So let's have a look at the actual armor itself. So aiming over the side, aim over the tracks. This is what you've got. So you're aiming over from the side. You're looking minimum 210mm. So this area here, you're looking 200mm. So around the side of the gun is a slight weak spot on both sides. So round about 200mm, you can be penned by just about anything. Coming out to the cheeks, you're looking 270, 350, 340. These areas 440mm, and up above 370. You can't, this cupola at the top can't be seen at this sort of an angle. The sides, the angling, it's going to absorb your shots. So the front plate, if it can be hit this angle, with the armouring of 120mm at this sort of angle, you're still looking 380mm, 370. So incredibly tough. And if you're stupid enough to show anyone your lower plate, then you expect to be penetrated of 112mm. Yeah, let's just ignore that. And if you're stupid enough to show someone the bottom, then they'll penetrate you all day 30mm. So this is the armour on the tank. Very, very nice. So you've got the same gun, but that additional firepower. So let's get back to the tank. So we now know if you fire over the sides, you will bounce most things or else absorb their shots. Okay, so let's have a look. Before we go, the ammo on this has got, instead of special HESH, has got heat. So the APCR has got 268, the heat has got 330, and the HESH has got 105. So you haven't got the special HESH with 210mm, but you've got the heat. So it's good against flat surfaces, not good against rounded, and not so good against tracks, but it's great at taking tracks off, but so's the HE. So you're hoping for a flat surface to be able to get the 330mm of pen if you need it. So let's get, and the damage for the shot is the same 390. So let's get straight into a battle and see what we can do with this. So we got the additional maneuverability, which is really nice, and a nice bit of armouring. Keep the turret where, well, just use ridges and get up there, make the most of it, use the view range and penetrate people. So yeah, it's what you do. Let's spot for the team. So what have we got? A few light tanks, quite a few light tanks. Let's see. Okay, our opposite number, or up against a Jaegeru 110. Let's see what we can do. So number of tanks which we can hopefully deal with. So let's get up there, see what we can do. So we'll get up, work the ridge, spot for our team, keep on the move because the 155 French RT is a bit of a problem. So let's try and show what the manoeuvrability is. So speed-wise, it says Waffenträger there. Nothing to do with our speed, but it's just nice to see one while they're still available. So let's have a look. Cromwell is moving into position. We've got the Bulldog and the M41 heading that way. So we're working our way up 53 kph quite quickly. Ooh, CDC is pushing in. Let's take a wider line, head up towards the hill, and then try and get some shots down. Now he's light, so I'm shifting over to Hesh, try and get some shots in, and even if I don't manage to penetrate him, it's going to do an awful lot of damage. So that's sort of the idea. Anything that we can see, which is fast enough to get up. Oh, they're pushing the hill. Yeah, they're pushing the centre. So let's have a look at what we've got. They're hiding. Okay. Spot for the team. So anything which is up here, I'm hoping to be able to hesh it and pin it in place or penetrate it myself. Keep them spotted.
Enemy armor
490 damage, you know, with a cheap Hesh shot. We'll go for the next one in 5 seconds. Wait for him to be spotted again. Got enough guys up on the hill. Got the 46 asking for help. I'm
critical hit.
doing a crit, causing him damage. Now I'd have preferred to have gone for the Waffenträger. See what we can do. See, that's the thing. The Hesh is 360. You know this is something that. Oh yes. Okay, time to push. Now people don't give the Hesh ammo enough respect. I know we weren't pushing that way, but here, the T10 gun is better, has more penetration than us on a standard fight. Oh, he's calling me an idiot. Well, I'm sorry. I was doing my job. Time to push in. You know, all you can do is your best. So we spot them, move in, use the ridges, stay low. Time to go for the Indian Panzer.
Critical hit.
So even we didn't pen, but we did. We critted. We did a lot of damage.
Track hit.
Oh goodness!
Ready to fire. Got him. We're immobilized. Track hit. We've lost the track. Enemy armor is damaged.
Everything is and he's sat there. The M46 is sat there, not moving, and we're dead because he sat up on the hill, not doing anything. You know, he wanted assistance, and then he sits on the hill doing nothing. We're going to win, but yeah. So 1,500 damage, almost 1,600 damage. This shows you what you can do with the. I wanted to get in, show what you can do with the Hesh, move up, allow the team to do something. But okay, yeah, you know what can you do with? Well, you can do your best. So M46, yeah, not bad. So we push forward, got a couple of kills, or one kill. did a nice bit of damage, and it showed a bit of what this can actually do. But I really like the ability of the Hesh to deal that damage, the additional damage outside the box. So yeah, we didn't get as many pens because it wasn't the special Hesh, but we had the options of the heat ammo, which could penetrate harder targets. You've got the standard APCR, which can penetrate those which are in between. The Jagdpanzer E100, angle it right and hit a flat slope. The Hesh, the heat ammo, can do really, really well. And so we'll have a look and see exactly what the heat was able to do, the Hesh was able to do damage-wise on those lighter targets. So we'll have a look. Give me a second. Okay, post-game stats. Let's have a look. So 1500 damage, spotted almost 2000, which is nice. 85% hit rate, a number of crits. Let's have a look. Waffenträger 2 crits, the MX2, the Indian Panzer 1, track, fuel tank, and the gun, the commander. So the additions that you can do with those shots is really, really useful. So how did we do damage-wise? The upper half, and experience-wise, around about midway. So it could have been better. Let's have a look. So 7 shots, 6 hit, all that hit penetrated, but that's a lot with the splash damage and things like that. So the Hesh was very useful. And using Hesh and things, it's what cost us the money. So yeah, using the heat, we didn't use any heat. So it's the premium consumables that was it, which cost us. So yeah, having to use premium consumables cost us a little bit of credits. But we're looking. So we blocked. Let's have a look. Almost 1,000 damage. So not bad. 7 shots hit, and 3. Didn't pen. So, it's the armour holds up okay. The manoeuvrability is very good. The different options of ammo that you've got gives you lots and lots of options. So, standard targets, you can go with the APCR for that 268 points of pen. Flat surfaces, 330. You can go for Jaegeroos, get flat slopes, it works. Or you've got the standard Hesh of 105mm of penetration, or else you can cause a lot of problems. With 105mm light skin targets, you've got a really good chance of going straight in and causing damage. Now, 3,000 points of experience. Have a look. Experience-wise, so 2,600. It's a special thing. So we did standard 875 experience, which is really nice. So yeah, 875 experience. It's a very nice, workable tier 10 tank. You've got to learn how to use it. But you've got the mobility. You've got it. It's a usable medium tank for around the battlefield. The armor is good enough. The gun is good enough. The mobility is good enough. You've got all the things that you need to make a really good little tank, and that's why it works. So this is the top of the British tree. This is what you get for your money, and I would say it's worth getting up there. You just need, by the time you get to this level, you've gone through all of these. From the Cromwell, you're getting used to the mobility, then it slows down with the Comet, a bit slower with these, then the Centurion's a little bit slower, but then you get the speed back up to the 53 with this, which puts it back to the Comet levels, not quite as fast as the Cromwell, but you don't need it to be. You've got the armour, so if you could give the arms to the Cromwell with this mobility, this is such a really good package. It's almost like a slightly light, heavy tank with a really good gun, and that's what you're getting for your money. If you want a heavy tank, then go for a heavy, but for a light. For a light, heavy tank, this is what you get on the medium line. So, is it a good tank? Is it a good line to go up? Yeah, definitely, it really is. And it's an awful lot of fun, because you get at tier 6, you get the Cromwell. Then, tier 8, you get the Centurion Mark 1, which is okay. Then, you get the Centurion 7.1, which is very good at tier 9. And you get the Action X, which takes a little bit of getting used to, but it's very usable. It's a good tank to work with other tanks. There are other ones which can work very well on their own, like the T-54, the 140 and things like that. But this is very, very usable. It does lose out a little bit to the likes of the 140 because of the turret not being quite as strong, but there's not a lot in it, and the gun and accuracy make up for it. With a combination of ammo, give you lots and lots of options, and that's one of the things that this gives you. It gives you the option to play as you want. So I would say this is much more usable, much more user-friendly. It's not a noob-friendly tank, but it's a very usable, workable tank if you know what you're doing. So yeah, do I rate this British line? Yeah, definitely. It's really workable, and it's worth going up to the Centurion Action X if you're able to function and use these tanks effectively. So I would say go for it, work your way up, get it. You will know by the time you hit the Comet level whether this sort of style of play is your sort of thing. The skills you learn, the manoeuvrability in the Cromwell, you won't see anywhere else. The manoeuvrability in the Comet and the working ridgelines will give you the skills necessary to progress. If you can't get the skills at tier 7, then there's no point in moving on with it. You need to be skilled enough at tier 7 to show that this line is your sort of line. If you can't do it at tier 7, don't go for it. You know, you're just wasting time pushing up. Stick at tier 7, or if you don't think it's for you, then don't even bother. But if you can get the skills in the Comet at tier 7, then the rest of the line will suit your skills really well. So that's it in a nutshell. And this is a really nice, fun tank, and I hope you like it. So I'm the Gaming Bear. This is the Centurion Action X and the British medium line, as it is at the moment, before patch 9.15. So have fun and keep enjoying it, and I will as well. So I'm the Gaming Bear, and see you all next one. Cheers, guys. Bye.